In order to continue talking about AutoMate menu, we need to make an action first. So in this video, I will show you the right way to make a good action that works smoothly with any document without error messages and in an intelligent and professional way. Let me first show you what is not intelligent action. I will go to Window, Actions. You will find here the default action that Photoshop provides. Let's try, for example, this action, vignette. Click play, and here is the message I'm talking about. It tells you the command feather is not currently available, and you have no idea about what it is talking about, since there are no notes or guides in this action to tell you what to do. And when you press continue, it will make a couple of layers with no effect at all. So this is not a good action. Okay, so I'll press F12, and in order to use this action you need to make a selection first, then play it. Choose the feather radius, then click OK. Now let's make our good action. Let's first make a new set, and now let's make a new action, and let's call it blurring the background. Then click record, and now every single step that I will make, it will be recorded here. For example, I will press Ctrl J to duplicate the layer. As you can see, let me expand it, layer via copy, and let's press Ctrl T, and let's scale it down to 70%. Now I need to choose this layer to blur it with Gaussian blur. So the wrong way is to choose it directly from here. It will say select layer background, and this is the tip number 1. Do not specify a particular layer. I will show you why. Let's go to filter, blur and Gaussian blur, and let's blur it, for example, 10 pixels. Then click OK, and let's stop the action, press F12, and now let's play the action when there is no layer called background. For example, I will unlock this layer and click play. You will see this error message. The command select is not currently available, or you might see a message called the layer background is not exist. And when you press continue, this will happen. So in order to solve this issue, I will select these steps and delete them and play the action again until this stage, and now click record. In order to select the layer you want, you have to use the shortcut, which is Alt, left or right bracket keys. For my case, I want to choose the below layer, so I will press the left bracket key. So it will say here, select backward layer, not a specific layer. Now I can go to filter, blur and Gaussian blur, then click OK. Now let's try it. I'll press stop and F12. Let's change the background, choose the action, then click play. Now everything is good. Now let's complete our action. Click record again, this step, and now I will go to here and choose solid color, and let's select the sepia color like this, then click OK. Now I want to choose the blending mode of this layer. So here's the tip number 2. Don't try while recording. Let me show you what I mean. Now I want to change the blend mode, but I'm not sure which blend mode to choose. So I will try, for example, darken, nope, multiply, okay, it's kinda good, let's see, color burn, okay, I will stick with multiply. So as you can see, every single step has been saved here in this action, and this is not professional at all. So I'll press stop and select them and delete them. And if you want to try, stop the recording first, then try as many as you can until you decide the multiply. Okay, now back to normal, then record, and now change it to multiply in order to save only one step. Now let's press stop, F12, and try again. Everything is good. The tip number 3 is to make a changeable effects. We made a Gaussian blur here in the background with a specific value, but this value won't work in a good way with other images. So with Gaussian blur step, I will press this icon here in order to make Photoshop ask me about the amount of feather. Let me show you. I'll press F12 and now let's click play, and here is Photoshop asks me about the blur radius, so I can change it and click OK. I want to do the same thing with the fill color. Press F12 and let's click play. Okay, choose the radius. Okay, choose the color. Alright, great. The tip number 4 is to make notes. Before Gaussian blur here, I need to make a note to tell the person who is going to use this action to choose the radius of Gaussian blur. So I will go to this menu and I will choose insert stop. Right here, choose the radius and allow continue. Click OK and let's make it above the Gaussian blur. And I will make the same thing with the fill layer. Now let's press F12 and play the action. Choose the radius. Alright. Now choose the fill color. Alright. And boom. Everything is good. Now let's make a final test about our action. Now I will choose the background layer that I want to make the action on it. Then I will go to action and click play. Choose radius. Okay. Choose the fill color. Alright. And everything is perfect. Now the last step is to save your action. Just select the sets and go to this menu and choose save actions. Give it a name and a destination, then click save. And if you want to load it, of course you go to this menu and choose load actions.